a very big congratulations on your pregnancy. Now that you have found out that you're pregnant, let's talk on the steps to take, starting from now that you've found out that you're pregnant to the very day of birth. Let's get right into it. Hello, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I'm going to start with my motivation for this video and then we'll get right into the video. I remember when I got pregnant, for a moment I was lost because I didn't know what to do. I remember scrolling through different pages on TikTok and YouTube to find out information on the next steps, and I didn't see any video pointing me in the right direction. Like, I didn't see any video that gave me a step-to-step detailed video of what to do from the beginning to the end. I didn't see any. And now that I've passed through it myself, I think I can give you this detailed list, starting using my own experience as a guide. Now that you have found out that you're pregnant, the first thing that you should do is to go get your folic acid. That is the first thing you should do, because folic acid is very essential for baby's growth and development, especially at this early stage. So you need to get your folic acid, vitamins, and start taking. The second thing you need to do is to regulate your diet. When I mean regulate, I mean take out things that are going to be very harmful for baby. First off, anything that contains vitamin A is very harmful for baby's growth. I don't know why, but that's what research has said. Anything harmful, anything that contains vitamin A is very harmful. I'm talking of things like carrots. Carrot contains vitamin A, retinol. Anything that contains retinol is not good for baby's growth. And not just things that you eat, things that you rub on your body, like supplements you use, like your face cream, body cream. If it contains vitamin A or retinol, please eliminate it from your schedule, from your diet, from your routine. Eliminate it because it's not good for baby's growth. Also, if you smoke, also if you drink, please, you have to eliminate that from your lifestyle as you are growing a bundle of joy. Okay, the second thing that you should do is inform your GP immediately. And most times what they do is that they just send you a message acknowledging that, oh, we know now that you're pregnant and these are the things you should do. Most times they will send you a link where you can read up more information of what you should do, in this early stage of pregnancy. It's very good to inform your GP because most times if you need to go in for appointments, they put you on urgent or priority list because they know you're pregnant, and they know that they need to see you faster, because you are pregnant and anything can be the issue. So that is the second thing you do. Immediately inform your GP. The third thing you do is after 6 weeks, you need to complete a self-referral maternity form. Well, this is for people based in Southampton. I think Portsmouth as well. I'm not too sure, but me, I stay in Southampton. That's why I'm making this the third on the list. You have to fill this maternity form in order to inform your hospital about your pregnancy. So how do you do this? You just go online and search self-referral maternity form. Immediately a form comes up, and then using your NHS number, your email, you would be able to fill this form. It's a straightforward form. They don't really ask for too many things. It's just to inform the hospital that you are pregnant, and the hospital in this case in Southampton is Princess Anne Hospital. You get? So that's what you do. That's the third step. Most times when you fill this form, they acknowledge your message. They acknowledge your message with an email, right? And this email is basically saying, okay, we have gotten your, what they call it, we've gotten a confirmation that you're pregnant, and that from 10 to 12 weeks they are going to arrange bookings and scans for you, you know. So that's done. The next on my list is download what they call Badger Notes app. I'm going to put an icon of the app somewhere on the screen so that you'll know the app I'm talking about. So this Badger Note app basically helps you with your appointments. It gives you information about the baby. It even goes as far as giving you information about your due dates. You know, I found this app very, very helpful with appointments, with information about the baby, blood tests, you know, urine tests, you know, measurement tests. It gives you all the information you need about your pregnancy, you know, and every test that's been conducted. It's a must-have for every pregnant lady. It's a must-have. Like, you need that app. It's not even a joke. You need it. So when you download the app, you register on the app, and after you register, they will again send you an email saying, okay, we have received a confirmation that you have registered your pregnancy. And then I think most times they give you your login details. Sorry, excuse my voice. They give you your login details, and that's what you're going to use to log into the app. But in most cases, you know, you can have difficulty logging in to the app. So there is a number at the end of the email they sent to you. You know, the Badger Note confirmation email, at the end you see a number. Once you call the number, most times it takes you straight to a midwife. For me, I found it very difficult to log in. I don't know what happened. So when I called that number, it led me through to a midwife. So she asked me if I had registered my pregnancy. That is step number 3. That is if I registered my pregnancy, which I confirmed that I have. And then later on, she helped me to get the code to which I used to register. And at that spot, she told me who my midwife was, you know, for the pregnancy. So after doing that, most times on the app, you're able to see your midwife. Do you understand? But because I found out late, I think that was why she already just told me who was going to be in charge of my pregnancy, that my midwife. So that is all for the first step of, you know, that is all for the first stage of your pregnancy. So basically from now, it's just going to be you coming in for appointments, antenatal. You know, that is you coming in for antenatal screening. And what do you expect when you come for antenatal screening? It all depends. First thing you should note is that for every appointment, have your urine sample available. In Southampton, they give you this little tube bottle to which you have to fill before your appointment. When you come for the appointment, the first thing they do is most times check your BP to be sure that you don't have, you know, high BP. You know, although there is a certain time in pregnancy where some people are prone to have high BP, that is what they call preeclampsia. You know, so they just do it as a routine check. You know, whether you get to the stage or not, they just do it to be sure that, okay, you don't have preeclampsia. The second thing they do is urine test to check if you have urinary tract infection, because most times urinary tract infection is one of the perks of pregnancy. It comes most times with pregnancy. It's automatic. Like, it's not a matter of your hygiene. Your hygiene is important, don't get me wrong, but it's just one of the good sides of pregnancy. I had a UTI, like, it was not even planned. I just, oh my god, I was just experiencing some funny symptoms. And I went for check and they say you have UTI, and I was like, how? Like, with my very good hygiene, I'm not expecting that. And they said it comes with pregnancy, so I just had to suck it up. So also, when they do the urine test, they also check out for white blood cell counts in the urine. I think high white blood cell counts in your urine is an indicator of maybe a sickness or something. I don't really understand that term. So another thing they do is, if the pregnancy starts to advance, they do a measurement of the belly. That is usually to just see how your baby is growing. You understand? They have like a chart to which each week of pregnancy or each appointment of pregnancy is supposed to fall into. Let's say you're going for a 12-week antenatal. I'm just using that as an example. So if they measure your belly, it's supposed to fall into a certain, scale. Do you understand? If it's less, it could indicate that your baby is not growing as he or she should. And the name for that is fetal growth restriction. A situation whereby the baby is not growing as it should. And then they may recommend you for more scans. And so that basically means you'll be coming in a lot often for them to do ultrasounds on your baby, and for them to find out why your baby is not growing as he or she should. It could be as a result of maybe placenta abruption, a situation whereby the baby is not taking as much nutrients from the placenta. It could also be due to morning sickness, a situation whereby you're just vomiting, you're not able to take in food, But what I'm trying to say is that it's from that measurement of the belly they're able to ascertain if your baby is growing as baby should. They're also going to do heartbeat scan. That is where they put, what they call this machine, I've forgotten. They put it on your belly rather, so that they can hear the heartbeat of the baby and ascertain that the baby is beating well. And then most times they can do a measurement of your height or your weight. It all depends. In that appointment or in your antenatal, that is an opportunity for you to discuss with your midwife concerning the next step of action. Any fears you may have, you discuss with your midwife. So there are some scenarios where you don't have to wait for your appointment with your midwife. An example is maybe you start bleeding. Immediately rush yourself to A&E. Like, don't even think about it. Maybe you're vomiting blood as well. Rush yourself to A&E. Maybe you fell on your belly. Rush yourself to A&E. You understand? So there's some kind of situations that are very critical, and as a pregnant lady, you need to rush yourself to get checked out immediately at A&E. So I think that is basically all we do for antenatal. And then this now moves me to the second stage of the pregnancy, which is planning your pregnancy.